everybody? This is Dude back with the second video, back with another video, back with the part. I want to say it's not a part two to anything. It's just my thoughts on certain things. When it comes to pro wrestling, guys, I would like to consider myself a very much just a viewer. I'm just a watcher now. I'm not a bigger, like, I'm kind of a smaller fan than I used to be, but I'm a fan nonetheless. There are still people that I like, and then there are the majority that I don't. But I digress. There are still things in wrestling that keeps me much more content. Keeps me much more glad to be a wrestling fan. Keeps me happy. Puts a smile on my face. And then we're going to talk, like, for this particular video, we're going to talk about moments that will stand the test of time in wrestling that has happened recently. Recently in wrestling that will last a lifetime. Now, for this one, like, I'm probably gonna make this into like a little mini series because I got 5 moments and I don't want to congest it into just one video of length, because that's a lot of length. So I'm gonna give you guys one moment. No particular order. This isn't the greatest moment. This isn't the least greatest moment. This isn't the mid moment. This is a moment that I just thought of that will stand the test of time, that everyone will keep on talking about for years and years to come. Because they're still talking about it to this day. WrestleMania. A main event between 2 African American females. Although it was night 1 of WrestleMania, it was a main event nonetheless. Main event of WrestleMania. Close out the show. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Just talking about that moment is just thinking back to that moment of them facing off against each other in front of a live crowd. That's when the crowd was back. That's when the crowd came back. In front of a live crowd, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair not only did they main event, they tore the house down. They tore it down. I don't care. For the life of me, I don't care about how you feel about, well, Bianca Belair is this, Sasha Banks is that. You can't take away their moment. You can't take away the moment that they had. You can't take away the blood, sweat, and tears that they put in that ring. What they had to overcome to even get to that point. Them in particular, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair legit had to make you guys believe that they were ready for that. Which Sasha Banks has shown that she's more than ready. Bianca Belair has shown that she is ready. She's ready for that spotlight. But then, here you go, Bianca Belair is regulated to being, I don't know. She's just she's there, and everybody knows that she has the star power to be on the level of the 4 horsewomen that y'all praise so much. 2 of the 4 horsewomen are a little bit, in my honest opinion, are a little bit overrated. And I ain't talking about Bayley and Sasha. I'm talking about the other 2. especially Becky Lynch. She's overrated. Overrated. In-ring ability, overrated. Her everything. You know what? That's neither there. We're talking about a moment. We're talking about a moment between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair being the best at what they do. And what they did in that moment. They sent a message. And it was like it wasn't like the freaking, you know, as much as people like to claim it to be, they're just what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it's not that. But instead, they're showing that we're giving everyone the chance. We're opening the doors, kicking down the barriers, even though it's been a while since they've done it. It took them a long time to do it. They're kicking down barriers and making sure, this is a possibility. This can happen. A main event between two black women at WrestleMania, not at SummerSlam, not at Survivor Series, not at Fastlane, not at Over the Limit, not at the Great American Bash. No, at WrestleMania. The grand stage. That's big. That's huge. And just imagine the emotions that they were going through when they were in that ring, in that moment, and they realized we're main eventing. And everybody was so much emotion. You had Sasha Banks. They were trying to keep it together. They're trying to keep their character. They're trying to keep their composure. But it's so hard when all of that emotion, they're right there in the center of that ring. Main eventing WrestleMania. Women main eventing WrestleMania 1. Black women main eventing WrestleMania 2. For the championship 3. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that that's not inspirational. To the young girls out there that think that they can't do that. They can't do something like that. They can't accomplish something like that. How Black Americans must feel in that moment. Like, we're there in that moment. We made it there. It's Coffee Mania, but it was more. It felt like more. Coffee Mania is up there, but this is more. And that's another one I want to talk about too. But that's for the next video. This moment will stand the test of time because of the significance of the two people that were in that match. We had Sasha Banks, who has already established herself as one of the best, if not the best, women's wrestler in the WWE period. I'm not even like, but what about Charlotte? What about fucking Charlotte? What about Charlotte? What about her? Charlotte doesn't have the ability to make the other person stronger. She doesn't have that ability. Sasha Banks does. Sasha Banks has the ability to make a match, make her look like a believable favorite, or make her look like believably at a disadvantage. She sells. She sells better than anybody that I've seen. Anybody, man or woman, sells better than them. I haven't heard much from Dolph, so I can't say Dolph Ziggler right now. At the current moment, I can't say Dolph Ziggler. Sasha Banks is it's just better at it. Makes her competition look like competition. And makes the matches just 100 times better because of the believability of the moves that she performs or the moves that she takes. Then we have Bianca Belair, who has established herself as superstar power. Not even star power, superstar power. I'm talking about she has the strength. She has she has the strength. She has the look. She has the attitude, the energy. She makes her own freaking attires. And attires for other people. Come on, she is a standout. And a stand above. Oh my gosh, she doesn't need to be in she can't be in a tag team. Just cannot. I won't stress that enough. Not tag team. But if it means that she gets on TV more, go for it. Have her win the tag team belts and keep the tag team belts. But who is she going to team with? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know who she can team with that can, they can both elevate each other. Oh, excuse me, burped. That they can both elevate each other. But she is one of the few people that did not need the NXT women's title in order to establish the fact that she is the EST of the WWE. She is of the WWE. She is the of the WWE, and you know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody feels it. Everybody is behind her 100%. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair main eventing WrestleMania will go down as one of the most memorable moments in wrestling. Not just WWE, in wrestling. And it will stand the test of time because people will go back to that every single year. Every single year it will be brought up. It'll either win match of the year, or it will be up there along in that moments. But you can argue with me if you want to. But guess what I have the power to do? Ignore you and your arguments on what you believe is the match of the year versus what I believe is the match of the year, because this is my honest and humble opinion. It was the match of the year because of the emotion behind it, because of the just the atmosphere felt big. The atmosphere felt big. Not just because of the two people that were in the ring. It was because of what those two people represent in the ring. So with that said, in conclusion, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania main event will go down in history as one of the most unforgettable moments in wrestling. Period. I know there's a lot. That's just how I felt about it. That's how strongly I feel about it. So with that said, this has been Dude. And I will come at you guys with 2 more videos in the near future. So sit tight. Sit tight and please stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you. Okay.